FSI technology, it's more now about the hardware and its operation, i.e. it has a direct injector and it has a tumble flap that regulates the airflow into the actual engine. FSI technology is really TDI, common rail injection, but for petrol cars. And because we inject the fuel at such a high pressure, it allows us to vaporise that fuel. And the better vaporisation we get, the better mix it will do with the air. Hence the homogeneous. That's what it means, all as one. Yeah. So the better mix we get, the better combustion we get. The better combustion that we get, the bigger bang. And the bigger bang, the more speed, more power. And that's literally how it operates. It's more the bottom end of the engine that is quite distinctly different now to any other car within the range. Think back to what you did this morning in relation to that off-road circuit. Now then think about what sort of angles you put that car through, i.e. you could have been like that, you could have been like that, you could have been like that and like that, or any one of those in between that, yeah? Now to be fair to the oil, it has to still get to everywhere within that engine, and with a normal sump it wouldn't be able to do that. And the sump has got like wings on it. And basically, when the car turns like this, it allows the oil to transfer, but always be picked up to be able to deliver to help lubricate, cool it down, and also sound deaden as well. Active and passive safety, I think, again, big car, occupants have got to be fully aware that they are very, very safe in such a big car. So you've got side airbags and you've got side guard as well. So you're well protected against side impact, but also against glass. Here we're going to put the Q7 into a concrete block and you'll see the airbags inflate. Then you also see, obviously the airbags going off in 130 milliseconds. Now to give you some sort of indication of 130 milliseconds, if you blink your eyes, that's about it. This is it from inside. There's the big passenger airbag going off there. This will show you the chassis, but the interesting thing to look at here is what the engine does. Okay, so again, side impact there, but look at the engine going up. Yeah, because the last thing you want in an event of an accident is a V6 or a V8 sat on your lap. Here you'll see side guard from an exterior point of view. So again, there we go, side impact, 90 milliseconds. Okay, then you've got coverage all the way from A pillar, B pillar, all the way to really sort of C and D pillars, if you tend to call them that now, because they've got sort of like an extra pillar in there, really, haven't you? So it could be classed as a D pillar, I suppose. Also from the interior perspective. Okay, so this car will flip round, and then you'll see it from an internal perspective as well. Okay, so it covers the rear passengers fully, with the 7 seats as far as side guard is concerned. We do use airflow, all right, to help cool the brakes. So the airflow's coming over the top of the car and underneath to help cool the brakes down. Because at the end of the day, air's free of charge, so why not use it to our advantage? Adaptive air. I'll go through a few of these. So you've got your adaptive air suspension with the comfort, automatic, dynamic, off-road and lift mode, and then also the damping characteristics that are assigned to that mode. So whichever the customer is in, then you will get the CDC, as we call it, continual dampening control, measuring the sensors from the body to the shock absorbers and talking to each other and adjusting the damping of that car accordingly. And then you've got the ride heights as well. Notice on a couple of them, you've got front axle, slightly different to rear axle. So the car is actually travelling through the air like that. Okay, again from an aerodynamics perspective. Cuts through the air a lot better. And then you've got your cargo level. One of the guys, not from this session, but from previous 2 groups that were out here earlier in the week, said, yeah, don't work, until he read this bottom bit. Okay, which means that the doors have to be closed before it will actually operate. Okay, because it does drop the rear of the car down, 45 mil, which is quite a bit. And you can't actually drive the car with it in this mode either. We've got 4 different metals we talk about. We've got standard steel, we've got high strength steel, we've got super strength steel and aluminium as well. Okay, so those are the 4 metals that make up the construction of the car. And again, what I've got is a piece of video footage that will allow you to see that. So as you see this car flip round, what it will do is turn itself into just a body shell. so nothing in it at all. But as the car moves, you'll see a legend coming down the bottom, which will then tell you what the car is actually made of and where that metal applies. So anything in yellow would be high strength steel. Anything in orange would be super strength steel. Now, if you look at the back end now, in here, that's in orange, which will take care of rear end protection, okay, as far as strength is concerned. And then anything in green is aluminium. So the tailgate, the bonnet and the wings are aluminium, and everything else is sheet steel. You've got your side intrusion bars there also, which are also made up of aluminium.